So you guys have done some shapes in previous grades. I'm sure squares, rectangles, triangles, circles. You guys do circles? Last year, area, circumference, I think. Most of those shapes that you work with are called polygons. Anybody tell me what a polygon is? Or give me an example. Don't write this down. Is a rectangle a polygon? Yes or no?
Yes.
It is. Is a triangle a polygon? Yes. Is a circle a polygon? No. Can you give me an idea now? Zara? Four sides? This says three sides. And it's a polygon. Sadie? Yes. Yes. So it's a shape that's made up of sides. So according to your definition, would that be a polygon? Why? Because because there's an open spot. So it has to be closed shape. So a polygon. This is how. Right this way. Stop it. Okay, this should work. It's a. Come on. Okay, now it's completely disappeared. Thank you. Closed shape. Made up of, and actually you need at least three sides to make a polygon. Three or more sides. You can't make a closed shape with two sides. It's impossible. Okay. How do you find the perimeter of any polygon? I don't want a formula. Just what would you do if you were asked to find the perimeter? See? Add what? Add up the sides. So the perimeter of the polygon is the sum of all sides. So if it's four-sided shape, you add up the four sides. If it's three-sided polygon, you add up three sides. If it's 10 sides, you add up 10 sides, etc. There are certain polygons that have formulas. Like a square. What's a square? What's so special about a square? Yes? Anything else that they have to be? So if I drew it like this, all the sides are equal. Yeah, exactly. What do we call that? 90-degree angles. So it has to be 90-degree angles. So we use that little box to represent 90 degrees. And then I can just put four notches that says all those sides are the same. but I do want you to do the formula. If I call one of the sides S in a square, how would you find the perimeter? Okay. That's area. Remember, we're adding up the sides. How many S's are we adding together? 4. So what's an easier way to say that? 4 times S. If we call S the side. A rectangle is kind of similar to a square, except all 4 sides aren't the same. They're all right angles, but the top and bottom sides are the same, and the left and right sides are the same. And what are the names that we give to the sides in a rectangle? Well, it depends. Most of the time, we call them L and W for length and width. You could also use B and H for base times height. Okay, that's for area, not for perimeter. Okay. So how would we find the perimeter of a rectangle? Well, yeah.
L times W.
That's area. Yeah. Yeah. Right. We've got 2 L's and 2 W's. So we double the L's, we double the W's, and that's all 4 sides, and then we add them together. Now, really, you don't need to know those formulas. Just for any if you're ever asked to find the perimeter, just add up all the sides. That's all. You don't have to know these fancy things. These are just a little bit of a shortcut that we use. Okay? Okay. When we talk about the areas of a polygon, well, what does area mean? We are talking about how much space is inside the polygon. And how do we measure that space? We measure it in square units. So like how many squares of a certain size would you fit inside a shape? That's the area. Now you guys probably took area of different shapes in previous years. I really only want to focus on 4. These 3 here, and then next time circles. Okay. So remember, and we got to remember the difference between perimeter and area. Okay. Area is when we usually do multiplication. Perimeter is when we do addition. Okay. So for the area of the square, keeping in mind that if one side is called S, because they're all called S, how would you find the area? S times S, or simplest way, S squared. Looks a little inappropriate. How about the area of the rectangle?
Base times height divided by 2.
That's triangle. And look at this rectangle. We're calling the bottom L and length times width, or just LW. And yes, the area of a triangle is the base times height divided by 2. Sometimes you see it as half times base times height. I like to write it like that. Okay. So let's just look at a couple of questions to wrap it up. So we need to find the area and the perimeter. How would you find the perimeter of this rectangle? See? Wait.
Oh, you add up all the
Yeah, so 11 plus 11 plus 4 plus 4. Or you could have done 2 times 11 plus 2 times 4. Both are going to get you the same answer. And what do we get? Emma?
37.
Right. Remember, perimeter is just centimeters because perimeter is length of something. How would you find the area? 11 times. And 11 times 4 would give us 44. What would be the units? Finley? Centimeters squared. What the difference between the two? Okay. Area is always squared. Perimeter is no little number. Okay. This one we're only asked to find the area. So remember, triangle is the base, which is the horizontal side. Okay. Yep. 8 times 5 divided by 2. Yeah. And 8 times 5 is 40. 40 divided 2 is 20. And the units this time, remember we're talking about area, would be millimeters squared. Okay. And finally, and we're not even given the shape, or sorry, we're not given a picture of the shape, but you should figure it out, be able to figure it out. We're asked to find the perimeter and area of a square where one of the sides is 6 centimeters. So how would you find the perimeter? A couple ways you could do it. 6 times 4, or 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. Either way, you're going to get 24 centimeters. Six times, yes. For area, it's base, whatever the side length is times itself, or side length squared, gives us 36 centimeters squared. Okay. So that's, and these formulas, you won't be given, you have to remember these formulas. Okay, so you have to know, like, especially, I mean, like I said, you don't really need to know formulas for perimeter because you just add up all the sides. But you should know the 3 formulas for area of a square, area of a rectangle, which are actually the same, and area of a triangle. And then the next thing we're going to do in the next lesson later on this week is look at circles again. Okay, but that's all I want to talk about now. I don't want to go at 2.